And a very good Wednesday to you. I'm CNY Central First Alert meteorologist Matt Stevens. Checking out the almanac numbers. Normally this time of the year we're looking for a high around 32 degrees. We were well above that today. So far we've been hanging out at least 53. I know at midnight we were even warmer than that, so we will officially have a high temperature today that goes in the record books, or I should say goes in the climatology. I don't want to suggest that we're setting any records because we didn't quite do it, but going into the climate books for over 20 degrees above normal for this time of the year. That's very impressive stuff. Our low temperature is 16 degrees. We weren't even close to that. We were so far above that, as a matter of fact. Overnight, some folks didn't even drop out of the 50s, as a matter of fact. Record high is 59. We were darn close to that today. That was set back in 1989, but it looks like it's going to remain safe. Minus 20 is our record low. That was set back in 1948, and we are just in a total opposite weather pattern than that, so not even close to record-breaking cold temperatures. Our sunrise, 7:20 this morning. Our sunset, 5:16 this afternoon. Yesterday, nothing new rainfall-wise officially at the Syracuse Hancock Airport. Snowfall-wise, nothing new either. It leaves us at 31.8 inches of snow for the snowfall season, which is ultimately about 45 inches below normal for this time of the snowfall season. That means we're coming up on 4 feet of snow below normal for this entire snowfall season. That's a lot of snow that we are lacking. Here's a futurecast. I'm going to pick this up at the middle of today. Well above normal temperatures again for today. We got a cold front that's going to move in, but it's not an overly impressive cold front. This isn't an Arctic front. We're not going to see massive changes to our weather. Rather, what I'm interested in is the fact that we'll get cold enough air to spawn some lake-induced moisture through the rest of today in the form of some drizzle, sprinkles, lake-induced cloudiness, hey, maybe even a few limited breaks of sun as well. We do tend to see that when we get into lake effect induced or lake-induced moisture in the lower levels of the atmosphere. Still well above normal through this afternoon. If you're well up to the north and northeast in our viewing area, wouldn't be surprised if we popped off a few wet flakes by the end of today. Maybe even if you're at a higher elevation anywhere in the viewing area, you might have a wet flake by the end of daylight today. Better chances of all of us flipping over to more frozen type of precipitation overnight tonight. And I got to admit, I'm a little concerned with that. I'm not concerned with big time snowfall accumulations. Rather, I'm concerned with some freezing drizzle, and that will, remember, it doesn't take a lot of freezing drizzle or a lot of ice to cause issues on the roads. So please exercise caution if you're out and about. Combine that with some very light snow possible tonight. We're not exceedingly concerned, again, with major accumulations, but I would be concerned with slick spots late tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. Some lingering drizzle, freezing drizzle early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, a mix of clouds and a few breaks of sun. Temperatures much closer to normal for this time of the year. Remember, we typically top out in the low 30s this time of the year. So hour by hour through tomorrow evening and overnight tomorrow night. Pretty quiet stuff. We'll call it partly cloudy skies. A couple different systems kind of sneak by us, but I'm not exceedingly concerned with them. They may briefly shift our winds around correctly for some minor lake effect flurries, but again, nothing to write home about. So here's my hour by hour forecast through this afternoon. We'll call it 40s, but please understand there will be folks warmer than this. There's going to be folks colder than this as well. That's what happens when you have a cold front passing through. You get a broad range of temperatures. So let's average it out and call it the mid to upper 40s by noon today. Sprinkles, drizzle, and odd flake by late today. We're down to 39 by 5 o'clock. Hour by hour through this evening, the breeze dies down. Drizzle, freezing drizzle, flurries, some light snow, 34 by 11 o'clock, bottoming out at 30 degrees. So watch out as we start to drop down to freezing. We will develop slick spots on the roads, so take it easy when you're out and about late tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. Here's my 7-day forecast. Officially we're just going to average out at 51. Of course, that's falling off as today goes on. 30 degrees for tonight, 36 tomorrow with a lingering flurry or some minor freezing drizzle early on.